This is the first night of a 2-day event, PRCA Rodeo at Kanab, Utah at the Caneplex. The event started at 7 p.m. and will continue the next day on May 31st, starting with a morning event and then an evening event with top talent from around the country. Events during this 2-day period will include steer wrestling, calf roping, bronc riding, bull riding, barrel racing, breakaway roping, and lots of other interesting events put on by the rodeo staff and producers.
How about the ride by Ocean Charleston? He made it look easy. That horse has been to the Badlands Circuit Finals of Pro Rodeo.
So this young Bronc was turned out for some reason. Maybe a rider didn't show up, but it was so happy to be let out that it gave the pickup men a lot of trouble collecting it and bringing it back in. It wanted to explore and just have a good time doing a bunch of zoomies around the arena. Well, she's okay, but I think this is a decision point where she decided, you know what, maybe I will go back into where they've got hay and water and a bunch of my horse buddies.
So the measurement on the rein that they ride with is going to vary from horse to horse. You give too much rein to some horses, like hitting the ejection button. that our Bronc rider, our officials look for is the drop. That horse has a ton of drop. Here comes Logan Dunn. Mexican Hats, the bucking horse. Turquoise Circuit Final selected bucking horse. Peggy Garment is 7th in the Wilderness Circuit standing. She was 2-8 in Indio, California. She reaches out.
So entering the arena is a rodeo clown, Scott, with his trained horse to put on a show that the kids enjoy as well as the adults too. I will include Scott's show in the next video featuring the May 31st rodeo. Be sure to check that out. this was an exceptional ride for many reasons, not just the bull, not just the rider, but the bullfighters who saved this rider. So I'm going to break it down into some stills and show you some exceptional moments. From the moment the gate opens, that bull is in the air, and that cowboy knows he's in for the ride of his life. This bull is going to use every trick in the book, including digging its nose in the dirt, spinning around, going up high, getting air, bucking its hind end up, then swinging around, dropping hard on its front feet, then dropping down on both the front and back feet, digging its nose into the dirt again. The cowboy at this point is on his way off the bull. Problem is, the cowboy's arm is still stuck in the gear as that big old bull goes around, and now the cowboy's in the neck of that bull, and the cowboy's left arm is still in the rigging as that bull comes around. And I want you to see how these bullfighters are right there. The very second that cowboy needs them, they are right there getting ready to do what they need to do to get themselves in between the bull and the cowboy. So it looks like the cowboy's still attached, but he's about ready to break free. The bullfighters are trying to get the bull's attention. At this point, finally the bull rider gets thrown free. The bull starts spinning around, and you can see how close the bullfighters are, and this guy in the white almost gets kicked. The rider is on his knees at this point, and his only plan is get the heck out of there. Bullfighter is in between the bull and the cowboy, and that cowboy should have been a sprinter, because I think he just made about 50 feet in 1 second. That's faster than a Tesla. Now, these bullfighters are still busy making sure that bull is thinking about them and not the cowboy. You can see the cowboy favoring his injured wrist. Oh, look at this joker bullfighter pointing toward the gate, and the bull does exactly what it's told. Now that's some bull's in right there. I've been able to observe the nuances of rodeo while editing these videos, and I gotta tell you, the bullfighters, the pickup men, the clown, they're unsung heroes of rodeo that really don't get a lot of attention, but I enjoy watching them as much as I do the other action. I don't know what the score was on that, but even though the cowboy fell off early, that bull should be getting top marks for what it did. And if they scored the bullfighters, they'd be getting top marks as well. So here's Scott the Clown with his big comfort fluffy. They let him take that on airplanes because he doesn't like to fly, and he also brings it to rodeos as well. This is where I started rethinking my camera position, because that bull was heading right for me. There's the panel that was between me and the bull, and I was pretty brave right there, I gotta say. All right, now that bull wants a piece of Scott, except Scott is hiding in that barrel. Is that what he's supposed to do? I don't know. I haven't seen his contract. that bull wanted was a facial tissue. That's why he was so pissed off. Well, that last bull ride was the end of the show for the night on May 30th. And now for a minute or two of the fireworks. There'll be another rodeo on May 31st. Be sure to check out the video for that one. Thank you.